Welcome back to the MicroLearning Institute. In this tutorial, we look at the different ways available to companies by which they can pursue their strategic options. A strategic method is the means by which a strategy can be pursued by an organization. Companies choose to do this in a number of different ways. Some companies choose organic development. Some companies choose mergers and acquisitions as an approach to implementing their strategies, and other companies choose strategic alliances. Let's look at the area of organic development. Organic development is where strategies are developed by building on and developing an organization's own internal capabilities. There are many reasons for using organic development. One might be that the products or services offered by the company are highly technical, and consequently it would be difficult to find a suitable partner to engage in partnership activities with. Another reason is that the company may be keen to develop knowledge and capability for future strategic competitive advantage. Also, the company might like to spread the investment over time and only deploy resources to their strategy when resources are available. Also, internal organic development minimizes disruption as there's less activity involved in acquiring and merging and developing new processes with other organizations. Finally, the nature of the markets may also be a determinant in a determining reason for companies to choose organic development. Now let's look at mergers and acquisitions. A merger is a mutually agreed decision for joint ownership between organizations, whereas an acquisition is where one organization takes ownership and control of another organization. Why would companies choose to pursue acquisitions and mergers? One is speed of entry to the marketplace. On completion of the acquisition or the merger, the acquiring company has entered the new market immediately. Another reason is the competitive situation. So perhaps by acquiring or merging with another entity, we have acquired or merged with one of our major competitors and we're now working with them rather than competing with them. Another reason is that there may be consolidation opportunities, so that there may be cost-saving opportunities because of duplicate costs that were being incurred by both companies will now be streamlined and consequently reduced in the merged or the consolidated entity. And the final reason is that the financial markets may like the idea of mergers or acquisitions because of the potential efficiency improvements and consequent improvements in the share price. Again, why would we choose acquisitions or mergers? Maybe to exploit some strategic capabilities. It's also very cost effective, as we have already mentioned, and is likely to lead to cost reductions in operating expenses. And also by acquiring or by merging with other entities, we may obtain new capabilities for our own organization. Again, what typically are stakeholder expectations for acquisitions and mergers? One is institutional shareholders' expectations are that the share price may rise. Managerial ambitions might be fulfilled in that managers now have far more development opportunities for promotion within the merged entity. And also there may be some speculative motives to see what may happen, and maybe new opportunities that might develop by the combined resources of the two entities. Now let's look at a strategic alliance, and this is where two or more organizations share resources and activities to pursue a strategy. Again, why might they choose to do this? There might be a need for critical mass, so maybe one company isn't large enough or have enough resources to deliver the strategy, so it needs access to the resources of another company to help it achieve its strategy. Another is co-specialization, that two separate companies may have different components of the skill set required to deliver the strategy, so by working together they can combine those skill sets to deliver the overall strategy. And also, strategic alliances give rise to lots of learning, where companies are working with each other closely and learning new skills for their employees to help them maintain their sources of competitive advantage for the future. We have a number of different types of alliances. We can have joint ventures, we can have a consortia, we can have a network, we can franchise, we can have a licensing arrangement, and also we can have simply subcontracting. Again, we assess the success criteria of our strategic options by considering the suitability, acceptability, and feasibility of each of the different approaches to pursuing our strategic options. Thank you very much for watching this short tutorial from the MicroLearning Institute on pursuing strategic options.